That's right, Red. Jameson Williams officially dropping his appeal today and accepting a 2-game suspension for violating the performance enhancement.
This was about simply when to drop his appeal, how long to consider this, how long to wait, and when to drop it, ultimately deciding that missing the game against the Titans and then, of course, the one against the Packers next week was the best option, and really no good options. So the Lions are going to be without Jameson Williams for the next 2 weeks. Allen Robinson, who I think a lot of people probably didn't know he was on the Detroit Lions roster. He is. He was on the practice squad. He got promoted. He is expected to step in and carry a lot of the load for one of the NFL's best young game breakers. Was suspended for gambling early in his career. Now a performance-enhancing substances suspension. Not a great start for a very, very talented player, Tom.
The 49ers going to be without one of their key receivers for much longer. Brandon Ayuk out for the season because of his torn ACL. They also did not have Deebo Samuel for most of the game this past weekend after he came down with what the team initially termed as an illness, tried to go, had fluid in his lungs, he was struggling to breathe according to Kyle Shanahan, actually ended up in the hospital and spent a night or two there before finally being released on Tuesday with what Shanahan described as a pneumonia-like illness. Did not practice on Wednesday, but according to reports on the scene, Ian, back on the field in some capacity today, which would certainly seem to bode well for his chances of playing this week.
Officially limited in practice today was Deebo Samuel, which is a really good sign. Pneumonia certainly can be scary, and the fact that Deebo Samuel, first of all, tried to go is amazing that he even thought he could go. Wound up in the hospital. It is something certainly that when handled quickly and by great doctors can essentially be taken care of quickly. It's really just a matter of when does Deebo Samuel feel good enough to play. The fact that he was on the practice field today, you're right, does bode well. And so much of the 49ers season, it feels like, has been about which of their star players are not going to play. Add Brandon Ayuk to the list along with Christian McCaffrey. Now at least there is a chance that Deebo Samuel is back on the field for the 49ers this weekend.
Juwan Jennings also still dealing with a hip injury, Red. I know there's been some optimism, but he wasn't out on the practice field at the start of the work week here. One bit of good news, George Kittle was spotted out there dealing with a foot sprain. He was practicing today.
All right.